My message to everyone who wants to live a good life with prosperity. The prosperity is not the money, feeling in the heart. Participate in charity wherever is needed in the whole world. Don't look to religion, sex, or nationalities. Look to one thing: humanity.
Skardu, where rolling deserts meet majestic ascending mountains that are always whispering to the skies. Known as the land of giants, it's a place of unparalleled beauty in the heart of the Karakoram range in the Gilgit-Baltistan region in the north of Pakistan.
As you call it, or when you buy a box of apples, it's a beautiful Baltistan, which is really beautiful Baltistan. If you go and see the nature, I mean, winter, summer, I have maybe more than 30,000 pictures.
It is as breathtakingly stunning as it is remote. Sometimes inaccessible because of the weather, and almost 800 kilometers away from the capital city Islamabad, the closest urban center. Home to clear lakes and emerald valleys, raging rivers and sprawling forests, Skardu is like a microcosm of nature, nestled in the peaks.
One thing which binds them is the, I think, common miseries and the common difficulties, and which the challenging weather, difficult terrain, and I think it binds them together, they stay together.
The only thing richer than the landscape is the cultural heritage, passed on from generation to generation over thousands of years. The first signs of habitation in the region date to around 2000 BC, and as such, the region boasts a proud history and a strong culture. These age-old traditions bind the people of Gilgit-Baltistan into diverse communities that live in hardship, but also in complete harmony with one another. Nowhere else is this more evident than in the largest of its cities, Skardu, a vibrant tapestry of cultures that creates a unique blend of language, customs, and cuisines. A perfect mix of new and old.
In the early 80s of the last century, we had some Pakistani working in our group and in Kuwait in general. So they asked us that they might need some help, so come and see what is our country, what is Baltistan. So we were supporting them from the beginning directly. Then we decided that let us go and see, because if you don't see, seeing is believing. So we decided, a group of Marafie Foundation, from the family and from friends, we came in 1987, the last 10 days of Ramadan, and we reached, after difficulties, we reached Baltistan. We start to search for what are the need of the people. We discovered that health and education are the most two items which to be addressed. So based on that, we started a hospital in Mehdiabad and an orphanage also in Mehdiabad, because that was the only area we could reach to be settled in a different way.
one of the reasons which sort of pushed me into doing was two incidents which came to my. One, I was personally in Skardo, and somebody told me that this such and such person's young daughter, who was in a family way, there were some complications. So I said, then take her to the hospital. They said, there is no gynecologist. So I just, out of curiosity, said, what are you doing? They said, we are going to take her to Gilgit. So in about 2 hours, we got a call that the girl had died, because they were taking her in rough road in a jeep, a young girl in a family way with that issue. She died on the way. It had a tremendous emotional impact on me.
The Marafie Foundation is a proud symbol of the humanitarian and brotherly bond shared between Kuwait and Pakistan. The foundation has been working for more than a decade in the northern areas of Pakistan, slowly building up infrastructure to bring progress to the region and ease the hardships of the people by working primarily in the fields of healthcare and education. More than 1,200 projects in 15 years for the entire region. With 372 schools for the region and over 100 medical camps with 800 doctors coming from Lahore since 2000 have carried out 6,000 plus surgeries for the people of Gilgit, Baltistan. These endeavours are based purely on the merits of brotherhood and humanity. The guiding principle for the foundation as it continues to extend a helping hand to Pakistanis in the remote mountainous region of the country. In the face of adversity, sometimes a smiling face is all you need to uplift the spirits of those around you, those who count on you for everything. This is Mohammed Altaf, a father of 4 from the Valley Kumra, Skardu. On an unfortunate evening in April 2023, a gas cylinder leakage led to a blast in his house, where 3 of his children who were present in the room caught fire and suffered severe facial and body burns, along with his wife Tahira, Sina, 3 years old, Sirat, 7 years old, and Shazad, 11 years old. All 3 bear the marks of that terrifying evening, which left them with emotional and physical scars. A daily wager by profession, this accident took an emotional and financial toll on Altaf, where he had to shuttle between Skardu and Islamabad for medical treatment. Because such treatment is unavailable in Skardu. A medical plastic surgery camp by Marafie Foundation was being held in Skardu during that time. Altaf heard about it and went there. A series of camps that have been providing medical treatment, surgeries and care since 1995 to thousands of patients, where specialists are brought in from Lahore and other major cities to spend time treating people of Skardu for free.
तो तकरीबन 10-11 लाख में कहाँ से लाता? अब तक मेरे 4-5 लाख 6 लाख रुपए खर्चा हो चुका है. मैं कहीं इधर से भाइयों से या रिश्तेदारों से कर्जा लेके मतलब कुछ गुजारा किया अभी, लेकिन यहाँ आके मुझे ऑपरेशन का 1 रुपया खर्चा नहीं. सब जो है ये मारफिया फाउंडेशन वालों ने इधर, और डॉक्टर लोग भी जो है बड़े अच्छे, और हर जगह पे जो है डॉक्टर बहरहाल अच्छे. इधर जो डॉक्टर आए थे वो उससे भी अच्छे थे.
Many doctors, volunteers from all over Pakistan, they also approached us that we are willing to go there. And based on that, we started the medical camps.
अगर कोई ऐसी बीमारी लाहिक हो जाए जिसका इलाज स्कर्दू में मुयस्सर न हो तो उसको यहाँ से लाहौर भेजते हैं, उसको किराया देते हैं, उसके अटेंडेंट को किराया देते हैं। अगर वो बाय रोड सफ़र करने का यानी मुतहम्मिल हो और वो कर सकता हो तो बाय रोड, नहीं तो उसको बाय एयर भेजते हैं। लाहौर में हमने एक नर्सिंग होम बनाया हुआ है, वहाँ हमारा स्टाफ है, उनकी केयर करते हैं, देखभाल करते हैं। उसके बाद उनको जिन्ना हॉस्पिटल, मायो हॉस्पिटल, चिल्ड्रन हॉस्पिटल और शौकत खानम, ये 4 हॉस्पिटल से वहाँ पर उनको ले जाते हैं और उनका इलाज करते हैं।
The unavailability of healthcare infrastructure, absence of specialist doctors and surgeons in Skardu inspired Marafie Foundation to establish a healthcare channel between Lahore and Skardu. Taking cue from medical camps over the years, complicated cases related to cardiology, cancer, gynae, burn victims and such like are referred to Lahore, where they are provided with free boarding and lodging at Marafie House, and a team of professionals help them throughout the treatment process. For Altaf and his children, Marafie Foundation took it upon themselves to facilitate the treatment and surgery of all 3 children. But this would never have been possible without the support of the doctors and medical professionals.
We were doing our camp, and there was a family where more than 3 children got burnt with different kind of injuries, and we managed to treat some there and brought the other one to Jinnah Burn and Reconstructive Surgery Center, and recently we have treated them.
I am Professor Dr. Kamran Khalid. I am Executive Director of Jinnah Burn and Reconstructive Surgery Center. Today I want to share my experience with Marafie Foundation and the collaboration we have for the last 15 years with this foundation. Over the last 1.5 decades, this has grown to an extent that now we have international faculty that is coming and joining us to treat patients in Skardu.
The road to recovery may be slow and tedious, where Marafie Foundation is a support system for those who cannot bear the burden alone.
The volunteers, doctor, which they are the genuine investment from the Pakistanis themselves with the foundation for the benefit of the people of Gilgit, Baltistan.
Among the thousands of beneficiaries of Marafie Foundation, this is Serish, 6 years old, who loves her school and her friends. Playing games, singing rhymes with her cousins and friends in the village, helping out her mother with chores. Today she is living a happy and healthy life. a life that was saved with timely medical intervention. And a heart surgery at the age of 4. Her father, a woodcutter, had given up all hope, but a medical camp in Skardu, followed by a surgery in Lahore under the support of Marafie Foundation, saved the light of his house. And so is the story of Haji Badr. Known for his comic timing and storytelling in his village, he is a source of light and joy for many. But that wasn't the case for him. Due to a medical anomaly, he lost his eyesight at a young age, and his 4 children were born with blindness. Marafie Foundation got him and his family the necessary treatment, and today there is light in his life, and he spreads the joy wherever he can. These are just some of the stories from the thousands out there who were saved by Marafie Foundation. This light and joy is the bedrock of the Kuwait Medical Complex in Skardu.
My uncle, Mr. Muhammad Ishaq, he used to talk a lot about the good work they were doing in this area. And one thing which he kept on mentioning to me was that there should be a hospital where we can have these major surgeries. At that time, I think the health facilities were almost nil in Baltistan particularly.
Well, as initiation from the Marafie Foundation Kuwait, I mean the board of trustees there, they said that let us move a little further. I mean, we don't want small project. Let us do something unique for the area, which will be a landmark for Gilgit Baltistan. And in communication with Mr. Afzal Shigri, who was the real man behind the whole project, we decided to go ahead with it. But we need a big piece of land. It's not easy that to take. So the government provided us a piece of land which is almost 30,000 square meters, which will be for the next 20, 30 years that we can build, apart from the hospital, also small centers, clinics like for eye, for heart, for dental, for skin, for other, to cover everything. But first we make this one as a landmark for the area to start, and then we'll see the encouragement from the other donors, even Kuwait.
A 100-bed, state-of-the-art hospital standing proudly among the mountains today is the culmination of years of humanitarian efforts. The wait for the hospital was a long and arduous process, not only for the people who were always deprived of its services, but also for the foundation. The processes and approvals necessary to acquire the land, getting construction materials and highly specialized, technologically advanced medical equipment to the location, ensuring uninterrupted supply of power, and training the technical staff on ground were all issues that plagued the construction. The land was finally leased to the foundation by the government of Gilgit Baltistan. And the even more tedious process of construction began. This was going to be the first major hospital in the region built to international standards.
Personally, yes, it is very satisfying that I was able to do something which is almost impossible. Because once we started the building, we realized that this was something, because we are trying to do something, a building like one of the best hospitals in the rest of the country. Nobody had ever seen a building like that there being constructed in front of them. It was a multi-story building. It had, first time we'll have a elevator in that area. First time we'll have a hospital which has the central cooling or the air circulation system, and the first time a building with a central heating system in that area. And I was trying to do this in an area where there is no electricity, there is no sewerage system, there is no water supply. So it was not hospital only, I had to develop these three things also.
Since opening its doors, the hospital has catered to thousands of patients and hundreds of major operations that otherwise would not have been possible.
People in Kuwait, they were very happy to see that a Kuwaiti foundation is doing very well in that part of the world.
अंदाज में ले गए हैं कि हम फैसिलिटीज़ भी दे सकें और लोगों को जो है कम फीस पर और कम से कम फीस रखकर जो है इनको जो हेल्थ केयर दे दें। और इसी लिहाज से मारफी फाउंडेशन ने इस हॉस्पिटल के लिए खुसूसी फ़ंड रखा गरीब पेशेंट्स के लिए।
हाश वेदर की वजह से बर्फ़ बहुत पड़ती है तो रास्ते बंद हो जाते हैं, उस वजह से लोगों को जाना बहुत मुश्किल हो जाता है। तो यहाँ ये फैसिलिटीज़ उनको ड्यूरिंग दैट वेदर, ड्यूरिंग दैट टाइम बहुत बड़ा उनके लिए एक ब्लेसिंग है।
The biggest beneficiaries of the hospital are the patients that have had major procedures done. Procedures without which quality of life would have been severely impacted, and in some cases would result in death. These are the patients that would otherwise have had to travel out of Skardu and down into mainland Pakistan, incurring enormous expense in the process, expenses that few in the region can afford given the way of life.
मारफी बाकी हॉस्पिटल से ज़्यादा हमारे पास अभी अच्छी मशीनें हैं, एक्सरे की, एको की, अल्ट्रासाउंड की। इंशाल्लाह हमारे पास बहुत अच्छी फैसिलिटीज़ होंगी। आगे जो हमारा प्लान है वो सीटी एमआरआई दोनों का है, तो वो स्कर्दू के लोगों के लिए बहुत ही अच्छा है, क्योंकि यहाँ से लोग ट्रेवल करते हैं एमआरआई के लिए, सीटी के लिए गिलगित, इस्लामाबाद, लाहौर, कराची। तो ये होगा कि उनका जो ट्रैवल एक्सपेंस है वो यहीं पे ही सारा कुछ हो जाएगा और उनके लिए बहुत अच्छा होगा।
इसकी फैसिलिटीज़ के बारे में बात करूँ तो इसमें बहुत अच्छी लेटेस्ट इसमें इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स हैं, मशीन्स हैं। सो बहुत अच्छी इम्पोर्टेंट वो चीज़ें हैं जो बाकी हॉस्पिटल्स में आई थिंक नहीं होगा।
Similarly, the advanced testing lab and fully stocked pharmacy saves patients from spending precious time and money, as they no longer must travel to far-flung cities to get these procedures done. Paramount to all this is the fact that medical fees have been kept as low as possible so that the local population can take full advantage of the services on offer.
मैं पहली दफ़ा यहाँ आया हूँ और मैं हैरान रह गया हूँ कि ये यूरोपियन लेवल का एक हस्पताल है। मैंने दुनिया के 40 मुल्कों का सफ़र किया हुआ है, मुख्तलिफ हस्पतालों में फिरा हुआ हूँ। तो ये हस्पताल किसी हस्पताल से इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर में कम नहीं है।
The feeling is that something which is so difficult to do, which is almost impossible, when you do it, personally it is very satisfying, and I think I can only describe it was a blissful moment for me in my life.
This gives us an inspiration that we are doing something for God, and we have to continue, and we have to support more. And this encouragement makes us always in the streamline of humanity.
As the work continues, people are witnessing the fact that brotherhood and humanity can cross any desert, conquer any mountains, and it is certain that they know no borders, geographical or otherwise. While the hospital may be complete, the Marafie Foundation knows that the work is far from over. The region is vast, and the climate and geography only get more inhospitable the further one travels north. Yet there are people here who call the rolling deserts home, who look upon the mountains as pillars holding their world up, and they are suffering because of their way of life. It is for these people that the Foundation continues to make concerted efforts in Skardu and Gilgit, Baltistan.